you can use the very money enjoyed by boomers to inflate your personal investments. Boomers robbed our generation. But what if we could rob them back? What if we could farm boomers for money? Like cows. Turns out you can. And they'll actually love you for it. I had this $20,000 report put together that tells you exactly how to do this and how to make money. Boomers, old people, they're getting older. Longevity is increasing. And because they're getting older, they need even more healthcare to help them. You know, when they bend over and their back just decides to explode out of their... And because they're boomers, the wealthiest generation on the planet, they have vast amounts of money and political influence to make sure they have everything they need. Millions and millions of old people spending trillions of dollars on one thing. Trying to feel good. See where I'm going with this? Like, it's a pretty simple equation. One, if old people with lots of money are going to need healthcare, then lots of money is going to go to healthcare businesses. Two, if old people with disproportionate wealth need healthcare, then disproportionate profits are going to flow towards that sector. And three, thanks to this influx of demand, money, and incentives, it's likely that the healthcare industry, specifically for the elderly, will grow. You know, I believe in justice, in fairness, but I also believe in cold-blooded revenge. But to make money from the boomers, you have to understand one problem we're facing. The demographics of the world are changing. What once looked like this now looks like this. The needle is rapidly moving towards an old, retired population of people complaining about us. But why? What's the reason? Two things. After that, I'll show you how to make money with all this, and I also have a little surprise for you at the end. One, we're getting better at keeping people alive. Science is improving, Andrew Huberman now has a podcast, old folk are just living longer. Take a look at these graphs and how they've swelled from 1975 to 2000, then 2023 and beyond. The average age is going up, like way up. And people over 70, right now about 6% of the population's over 70, but we're getting so damn good at keeping these people alive that that's gonna more than double by 2060. That's a lot of old people, and it's the same story for over 80s. Tons of them, filling up the world, eating applesauce, all ready for our Aegis investment farm. But that's not all. We still have point two. We're having fewer babies. The more people opt out of having kids, the more the average age rises. We're part of the problem. More men are choosing OnlyFans over family. More women are choosing careers and independence over children. Just look at the number of children born per woman. It's going down, and people are starting to pick up on this global shift, which is a huge problem in itself, but that's not what this video is about. The point is, the trend isn't stopping anytime soon, which is good for us if we invest properly. Still scary long term, though. Here's some uncomfortable news. The older you get, the more your body begins to just fall apart. And I don't mean sagging and beer bellies. I mean bone shrinking, dementia, muscle weakness, hearing loss. Your bladder just gets leaky or something. Your eyes go blind. Your genitals decide to completely clock out. It's bad news. So you need people to help you. Not just to get out of bed and get changed, but to do things as simple as taking a shit, which is extremely good news for healthcare companies, and the data backs this up. Healthcare companies use this metric called CLV, Customer Lifetime Value, and this is a cute and tiny little way of saying the amount of money a customer will pay the company during their lifetime. If their customers are old people buying healthcare, then the longer they live, the more money the company makes. Take a look at this. Other than this little blip during the pandemic, the trend is unmistakably going up. Alongside this, access to healthcare is increasing all over the world, as well as the supply of doctors, all going up. And I'm not done yet, because governments and individuals are spending more money on healthcare as well. Every data point is going, just look at it like an equation. Increased demand for healthcare globally times increased access for healthcare, plus the supply of doctor, equals an industry that's likely going to just continue growing. Like, look around. There's a lot of old people, they're gonna try to live longer. It's like the most simple thesis ever. Okay. And if you think it's mean, or you think it's immoral to, farm elderly boomers like this for money, I get it. I do. But remember what I said earlier. CLV, Customer Lifetime Value. The healthcare companies, they're already doing this. They package the idea in this nice little cute corporate term that they can put on their PowerPoints, but they're doing it. They're just not telling you as plainly as I am. Why not join the party? Plus, you only make money when you offer a valuable service. So you'll make money and the old people will be happy. Classic win-win scenario. If you've made it this far, you're probably morally questionable, but where should you invest? The iShares Healthcare Providers ETF, or IHF, tracks a big chunk of this market. This will give you exposure to a large swath of diverse companies like research, pharmaceuticals, and care solutions. This is the easiest and simplest investment within this field. IHF holds three main companies: United Health, Elevance Health, and CVS Health. United Health is the largest healthcare company in the whole world. It provides managed healthcare and insurance, just about everything old folk are going to need. Behind them, Elevance Health does $156 billion in revenue. It covers things like dental, medical, and long-term care. And CVS Health, you've probably heard of them, has a massive pharmacy chain, insurance companies, and a whole lot more. So you got a whole bunch of boxes ticked with this IHF fund. The idea with an ETF is it's beautifully simple. You get to grow your money with this market without ever having to really look at your portfolio, and you still get to turn boomers into money. Super simple. You can invest on any brokerage that you want to. I've had good experience with Webull, and they give you some free stocks when you sign up. I'll have them linked down below. But what if you want to be specific? What if you want to really farm the boomers for all they're worth? What if you're willing to take on just a little bit of risk? I used to work on a cattle farm. And on the farm, you take your cattle, give them a safe place to hang out, feed them, fix them up whenever they get sick, add in weekly bingo, and your cattle farm sounds a whole lot like this next company, Welltower. Ticker symbol WELL. They own and manage healthcare properties with their portfolio of 1,400 locations all around the world. They aim to provide a high standard of care specifically to the aging population, which is exactly what our geriatric customers are looking for. Care providers, good ones. Performance-wise, Welltower is looking quite good. Their past 5 quarters have seen steadily increasing revenues and net operating income, generally healthy signs for any business. Their solvency ratios are stable, their liquidity ratios are good, and their EBITDA, earnings before interest, tax, debt, and amortization, is increasing. Like I said, looks pretty good. This isn't to say Welltower doesn't have potential risks. Like any investment, it does. Those are outlined in this $20,000 Finova research report that my team of North Korean hackers and bankers put together for all of us. Now, I'm never going to do this again, but this $20,000 report is free for you. And only you. Linked in the description. Grab it or don't. Goodbye. Love you.